What is up, guys? Got another deck profile here. So yesterday, me and Alex, we went to Omaha, and I took 10th. Went 5-2. Obviously, the goal was to top, but I didn't have an invite, so that was very useful to get the invite. And also, I've never placed top 10 before. I think my previous highest placing was 12th, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I played Try Yummy, so let's get right into this deck list. First of all, for the Yummy engine, we just played very standard. For a 2-engine deck, I feel like this is very typical. We got 3-3 and then 1-1. There's another deck profile. I'm gonna have it on my channel, Sulfur Cord Yummy. The guy was playing 2-2 of these, and honestly, I do want to try that just because. Maxing out on these names feels so good. You could normal summon one, and then you could still use the other one that you have in hand as an extender, so it never feels bad to open two of them. And having a Yummy name in hand is like always good. It's literally there's one Yummy name, like it doesn't lose to Ash. They have one Ash versus any Yummy name, you're gonna probably go full combo. And I'm talking full Tri-Brigade and Yummy combo. So, unless they hold the Ash for the Arms Mauser, but even then, anyways. The spells for the Yummy engine, we got 1 and 1/1. You gotta play the Akroki, that is such a good card on your opponent's turn. Obviously, you gotta play Minion. I don't think I need to say anything about that. Surprise does not need to be higher than 1. It's not bad to open, it's a good surprise. It's a good surprise, but it's one of those cards, you don't want to brick on surprise, but opening a surprise in some engine is actually pretty good because you can catch your opponent lacking if they're thinking, okay, they've committed their normal summon, they've committed this, I'm saying, I'm going to hit them with this, and then you can just surprise keep playing. So yeah, I wouldn't change much, but yeah, I might test the higher numbers on the two that I have one of. As far as the Tri-Brigade engine, this one is a little more has more monster cards at least. It's 3 Fractal, 2 Nerval. Nerval's a good normal summon, that's why we play 2 of it. And then also, even after you're done using your Tri-Brigade engine, what you can do is you can just add the remaining Fractal or send the remaining Nerval with your other cards that are doing stuff like that to get those out of the deck. And because you have multiple draw mechanics, getting stuff like this out of the deck after it's no longer a useful card is important because then you can draw your non-entrants. And then obviously we got to play both kits. This one sends another one, and this one is the only reason you play Try Yummy. It's a light beast. You can make Snatchy with it. When it's sent to grave, you can summon a Tri-Brigade back. Usually you summon the Nerval back because it's a level 1, and obviously that's useful for the synergy. But you can summon any of them back, except for itself. It doesn't summon itself back. And their on-field effects are really good. They cheat out a Link monster, so that's how you make the double Dragon Lords. Then obviously we play the Trap. I was on Oath in the side before the regional, but I think I definitely favored not playing Oath at all. It's just kind of the setup for it is a little win more. If I'm able to set up so well that I can just afford to get all 3 types on my field, then I probably don't need that extra interruption because especially that's a card that's good against Draco Tail. You're gonna be able to negate their trap. Negate their spells, but if you can just remove the spell from the field with your Akroki, with your Charade, with all your other stuff, you don't even need it. And Revolt is, very good. And then we got power spells, a lot of 1-0s in this deck. Obedience Schooled, obviously this card is still good. 1 for 1. I find myself siding this one out going second because I tend to side it in to more spell or traps, and so that's why I feel as though this is not as good going second. But I don't think that's necessarily right or wrong. I think that's just a preference. Foolish Burial, this card is nuts. What you do if you open Foolish Burial and it's not your only starter is you play as if you don't have it, and obviously you just want to go Yummy engine first, and then you can just oh no, they interrupted me, Foolish Burial. Or multiple times at the regional, people would nib me right at my 5th or 6th summon with the Yummy engine, and then I would have a card Fractal in hand already, or I would Burial, send Nerval, add Fractal, and then you have full combo regardless. And then just a consistency card, Prosperity. It's very good in this deck. You can facilitate digging for 6 sometimes, but usually you just kind of want to dig for 3. And because there's so many starters, you really don't need to dig for 6 usually. As far as non-engine goes, I think this is a very standard lineup. This is probably what you'd see in most decks right now. This is 3 Fua, 3 Ash. Some people play 2 Bell, but I got 3 Bell just because, this card's good and I got extra room for it. And we're main decking the droplets. The droplets performed like crazy today. All of these cards did great. If I opened Fua, it was big. You know, it's either slowing them down or they're giving me a bunch of draws. The Go Spell, obviously, I mean, that's just a good soft interruption. Ash, same thing. You're probably not stopping their whole turn with a card like that, but when you open them in combination, that's what allows you to stop turns, or you can use them as board breakers, especially in the Draco Tail branded matchup. If you open Ash Bell, I mean, honestly, sometimes you might just hold both of those and then use them as board breakers. And then this is the secret spice. Alex talked me into this. We're on the Psy-Frame cards. We've got 3 Delta, 1 Gamma, 1 Driver. These cards absolutely cooked. I mean, I was, this was ridiculous. Gamma, I played like pure Onomat. I think it was like round 1 or 2. And the Gamma just like, I literally just was reading cards. I didn't know what most of them did. Eventually I read a card and I was like, this seems like a really good spot to Gamma. And it stopped him. Delta, I mean, these cards are good. Like, there's a reason Gamma's at 1, and Delta is a very good card. It's literally the spell version of Gamma, so I wouldn't have changed those. I thought they were really cool. And it's an easy side out going first. So as far as the main deck, it was 40 cards clean, but now let's get into this extra deck. Very standard Cupsy Synchros. Of course, we got to run all 3. No reason to run more than 1 of each, and no reason to cut any of them. This one makes it so you can just start linking away with your Yummy cards to make your Tri-Brigade cards. Cupsy obviously is going to add your other cards to bridge the 2 engines, and then Cookie is a good interruption on their turn. And then play a lot of Link 1s. I mean, we were on Link Spider, but we actually threw in the Anima instead of the Link Spider. So now my reasoning for this is, when you use your Tri-Brigade cards, the on-field effect, Banish to summon a Link that cheats it out, it doesn't lock you into Tri-Brigades, but what it locks you into is only using Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast as Link materials. So if they Nibiru you, the token's a rock, you cannot make a Link Spider, right? And a lot of the situations where you can make the Link Spider, there's no point, because you can leave this big token on your field and you can just go full Tri-Brigade combo, get your Yummy resources back. You're gonna dump, you know, Chimera, you're gonna have ways to summon stuff back. Like, there is absolutely no reason to worry about it if you're playing safe under Nib. The only time, you know, a little secret, if you just wait until the end of the turn and then you Nib, they better hope that they open like pretty decent, because otherwise that will cook. So yeah, the Anima, and people were playing it like they're not playing, you know, oh no, I don't want to put my card in the Anima zone. They're putting it in the Anima zone. You're getting free removal from it. I mean, I wouldn't say it like you know, committed to the 100% win of a game necessarily, but it definitely was like a card that changed the tide of the game, in the sense that like it gave me the momentum, or it gave me the advantage that I needed to really seal the deal there. Almiraj, you gotta play Almiraj. I mean, you're playing so many hand traps, you just normal summon, make a Link 1. Link Karibo, obviously, I mean, it's a level 1, Link 1. Snatchy, I'm not even gonna talk about why you play Snatchy. Double Dragon Lord, this card is crazy. It's like a $15 super now. I mean, they're like buying all these out. Vendor had like 5 of these, I mean, understandably. Quick effect, either turn, bounce. Bounce a face-up card. You can use it on your turn to break boards. You can use it on their turn as an interruption. You can send your Tri-Brigade cards and get pluses. You can activate Revolt, chain this, send the Revolt. I mean, like, this card has so much potential in this deck, and you can just utilize it in such crazy ways. And that you can only summon off of the effect of an on-field Tri-Brigade main deck monster. Obviously, we're playing the Little Knight. I think this is very standard. You can still make, we had a question about a ruling earlier. You can still make the SP Little Knight after using the on-field Tri-Brigade effect, because it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't lock you into those types. It just locks you into using those types as link materials. And so technically you can still make this. It's good. It outs Di-Fi. I mean, this deck it's a Di-Fi for sure. And then we got our Link 2s. As far as the Tri-Brigade cards go, I think all of these are necessary. Obviously Mauser bridges, so you definitely need to play Mauser. I think Bearbrum, you gotta play the Revolt. It's just a good end board piece. And then the Farigide is summon from hand is a really good enabler, and the free draw place one back is, I mean, it's good because you play so many hand traps that you can just draw into a hand trap. the first effect of this, the ignition effect, discard 2, summon from the banish, very niche. Before this regional, I had never used that because, I mean, discarding 2 cards is quite a hefty price to pay, and then summoning from banish is like, I mean, it's not always something. But what I did was I was in a game state where I had the Bear Brum, and then I had already like normal summoned. I had some yummy names in hand, but I couldn't like do anything to special summon them. And I discarded both yummy names in hand, summoned back the new kit, and then linked the kit into the Snatchy that I hadn't used yet. And this is like deep in the grind game. I had put the Snatchy back. It got me back to minion, got me my stuff, made my push for lethal. Like this is, I mean, this was like a turn 7 or 8 maybe play. Like Bear Brum is crazy. Maybe not total turns if we count both players, not like my 7th or 8th turn, because I don't even think this deck could play on that many turns. And then as far as like the bigger links go, I think you got to play Shreg. I mean, I don't know what you would revolt into if you didn't Shreg. I guess maybe Bucephalus, but Bucephalus I'm usually sending off of Arms Mauser, and then with Bucephalus I'm sending Chimera. This is insane. Chimera has such a good synergy with this deck. You summon back the Snatchy, it's not negating the effects. You could summon back a Synchro, you could summon back a main deck monster. Like this has so much potential in this deck. It's unreal. You just do so much with that. And the Shreg is really good. When you send the Shreg, you can add DD Crow, which I only play in the side, but it's still pretty good. Or you can add like a Cupsy or something. So I definitely would not change the extra deck at all. I was very happy with it. I think the side deck, maybe I could change, but I'm not even sure how I would yet. And so for this, we got DD Crow, just for the search, 2 Droll, because you can't play 3, and 3 Perulia. This card is very good against some decks, and it's alright against others. A lot of the time I'd end up like siding 1 or 2 in, depending on how good it is in the matchup, and leaving my Fualoses in. But some matchups, you play all 3. Pure Onomat, I knew to side in all 3 because, I mean, it's a rank 4 deck. Obviously you're going to be summoning a lot from hand and from deck, so I was playing 6 Charmies. I played Perulia on him. I'm guessing it was either based on the hand or based on the facilities of the deck. He gave me 3 draws immediately. Like, he didn't even try to, you know, play a half board or anything. And I got to the Gamma, stopped his turn with that. The Called By Talents, these are just good first cards. I mean, I would main deck them, but I think because the decks right now, the reason you don't see a lot of people main deck these is because the decks are so good going first right now at playing through hand traps, playing through stuff like that. That's non-specific. You almost don't need them to go first, right? Obviously, drawing them feels really good, but post side, that's when they're going to go into your matchup specifics. Nib is probably coming in versus me. Droll probably not versus my deck, but you know, against a different deck, they're going to side in Droll, and then that's when it's good to have these as options. And then going second, I mean, Lightning Storm Duster. I think you just have to play back row. Any format, I respect back row because there's so many like random. I mean, there was game 2 against Radiant Typhoon, must have been round 6. Game 2, all he had was Dimension Fisher and an Ash in hand. My top deck for turn was Lightning Storm, so all he had was 1 Ash. And if you remember what I said earlier, 1 yummy name does not lose to 1 Ash ever. Like, ever. I don't even know if you could try to lose to that 1 Ash, and I don't think you could. So, yeah, I mean, very good. I would not change that. Another going first set. This is, I mean, the Solemn cards are so good. When they release the new Solemn card, I probably would like to play that. If Judgment was at 3, we'd play 3 Judgment. Warning is a very good card. I think it's, honestly, I mean, it might be situationally, format-wise, I might say it's better than Judgment right now, just because Judgment can only hit inherent summons, but Warning can hit anything that's going to summon, so it's actually really strong. It's kind of like an Impulse, but a counter trap. And so like it's just a very surprising card too. Like every time I flip to this, they're like, oh, I was not expecting Warning. You know, they're thinking you got like Imperm set or something, or Droplet, or you know, something like that. But yeah, overall, very happy with the list. Happy with my placement. You know, hopefully get top 8 next time, and do some quick shout outs. Shout out to The Manhattan Locals guys helped me get some cards. Shout out to my brother Alex, obviously #1 testing partner. The only reason I was able to cook like I did at the regional. Shout out to everyone I played. Shout out to, the people who hosted Omaha. This is easily one of the best regionals I've been to. I was skeptical going in. There was no pre-reg. It was flawlessly ran. We were in, we were out. Not a lot of complications. The players were all very courteous. Tensions were low. I just thought it was a great time. I had no complaints about the regional at all. And shout out to Seth and Seth's family for hooking us up with a place to stay in Omaha or near Omaha. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace out.